Okay. So we're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
We're coming together with
We're coming together today with none other than Deuxmoi. And we're live here in the studio. Thanks for coming, first of all.
Of course.
Let's first say, because people don't get to see you, you look very chic.
Oh my gosh, thank you,
Like,
Erin.
People who don't get to see your look, like, I want to buy your bag, I want your phone case, I want your glasses, your jacket. Like, she is so chic and looks awesome. So I just need people to know.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It's
Coming
true.
from you.
It's true. I'm in a white tank top.
Yeah, but you always look great.
Thank you.
Okay.
I always text him. I'm like, what necklace is Erin wearing?
Oh my God, that is the biggest question that I get. What necklaces do I wear?
Yeah.
I need to do a little story on my necklaces.
It was vintage, I think.
Well, this is my grandma's.
That's
and
beautiful.
Everybody asks about it. This one. Isn't it cool?
It is very cool.
I love it.
But
All
yeah.
right.
What, you want us, are we like on a schedule?
No.
Father?
I'm just nervous we're going to start getting down the girly stuff too soon.
We're going to be doing that.
Because I do want to spend some time. You're always talking about, on the podcast, on your podcast, Do You? It's a lot of entertainment news, celebrity gossip stuff. But I know a different side of you that I think is very interesting, which is really the business side of what you do. And I just thought it would be interesting for the viewers to hear. And
I agree. I want to know what you're up to.
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, we've known each other for a long time now, which is so crazy because time flies. So you knew me when Deuxmoi had like 200,000 followers. I think
100.
Crazy.
Isn't that so? 100?
Yeah, and I remember, it's funny, I remember one day I was just looking at your profile and like I hadn't looked in a while and you had 1 million followers. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
What just happened?
Yeah.
And it just blew up. You got big really during COVID, right? Or after COVID?
Yeah. No, it was all during COVID. It all happened during COVID.
What do you think that was?
People were home on their phones.
And they needed like a good account with good info.
Yeah, they just wanted a distraction. I think if COVID never happened. I mean, I know if COVID never happened, it would never.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't have time. I'd be working because I did my job at the same time.
Wow. Oh, I didn't know that.
We would talk while I was at my job. I would have to go into like the merch closet of my job and like have meetings.
Where were you working?
Abe.
Secret
I
meetings.
don't say where I was working at the time or anywhere. But yeah, so it was a balance for 2 years.
Oh
I
my
did it
God.
like that. And then after 2 years, I thought to myself, I think it's time to break away from my job. I could do this full time.
Good for you.
Yeah. I also hadn't realized how much money I had made because I wasn't
it was just like a
track of
side hustle.
It was a side hustle, and I was signed with WME, a talent agency in New York, and they were just getting me deals. And Abe was my advisor, I think a little bit in the beginning at least, right? On some things.
Yeah.
And I just wasn't paying attention to the dollar signs. And then one day I looked at my bank account and I was like, I think I can quit now.
Yeah, right. Good for you. I mean, it's so awesome what you've created. And
it was crazy.
Aren't you doing some TV stuff?
Yeah, so I have a couple of TV projects in development, but you guys are in TV, you know that that doesn't mean shit.
Well, it
development
just means
doesn't mean
forever.
anything. It does take forever. It's been years.
That's why you get to negotiate the option fees.
Well, yes, as you know, all. So yeah, I have a couple TV projects in development right now. My app.
Okay, let's talk about the app.
Yeah.
Because I think the app is brilliant.
Thank you.
No, I really do, and I'll tell you
you.
why, and you can explain what the app is.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is that it's not just about the sightings, because the app is about restaurants, right? Like where celebrities go to eat.
Yeah, or like even hotels and spas. Yeah.
So for me, it's not just about the sightings. It's like, that celebrities are going to the best places.
Right.
So it's like you're basically filtering the best places for us through where they're going.
Exactly. Yeah.
So smart.
That's exactly what it is. So people would always ask for restaurant recommendations, and they were all housed on Instagram.
Right.
And I don't own Instagram. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. That's not my app. So I needed my content on my own platform. So I took all of the Sunday Spotteds from like 3 years we cataloged and put it on my own app. And we keep adding. So every Sunday when there's new sightings of new restaurants, somebody goes on, looks, and logs them into my app.
Wow.
So it is updated on a daily basis.
Wait, is it live?
It's not live.
Okay.
You mean the sightings?
No, the app.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's been live for a year. Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta download it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it right
was
now.
a couple of years in the making
Wait,
because
I'm
we had
literally doing
to put all of the information into a database,
It's a lot
and
of
that took
info.
years.
I'm actually convinced that you created the app because you just didn't have the time to just respond to all the questions you're
No,
getting about the rest.
well-
What is it called?
No, you respond.
Deuxmoi World?
Yeah, Deuxmoi World.
Nice.
It's actually one of the things that
Getting
I
it.
think makes your account so successful is that, I mean, you engage with your audience. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
you have relationships with people, DMs obviously, and you care,
Yeah,
And
I mean, I will say, because this is fresh, last night I did a live for my subscribers and I had a meltdown because
What
they were
happened?
just really, it got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. It was almost like I was in court, and I was like on the witness stand and they were just pestering me. Taylor Swift. It had to do with Taylor Swift.
What happened with her? What's the new? I know
There's
nothing.
nothing really
Was this
new
from
about her.
Like the thing that had happened.
No. This is from a sighting that somebody sent me, which, everyone doubts everything I say. And it's when it comes to her. And it's like, why, if you're doubting, what are you doing here? Like, go get your information someplace else. If you're not believing what I'm saying when I'm saying it's coming from a reliable source. And it just got to the point where I said, I'm ending the live, and I just abruptly ended
Wow.
it
No
after
way.
20 minutes.
Wow.
I've never done that.
But what
they
was the
pushed-
sighting? What was the?
The sighting was that she was seen in Florida because Travis is there training for
Okay.
next season in Boca. And allegedly they've rented a house and she's there with him. And somebody saw her in the neighborhood walking a dog.
What's wrong with that?
The Swifties
What
are.
were they? What was the? What was the? I don't. I
know
literally
you
don't
because
understand.
because you are a
I'm a layperson.
no, because you have common sense.
But-
you're a person with common
No,
sense.
but what would be
I
the?
wouldn't go
But
that
what
far.
would they take the issue?
I'm kidding.
The
What would-
issue was, I don't believe they don't have a dog. Why would she be walking? It's like, hello, she's a person. Like,
Shut
I swear to
up.
God. I swear to God.
It's very.
Wow.
I'm always surprised.
It's crazy.
Not surprised anymore, but the level of fandom and fanaticism that her fans specifically, it's like an army. Like
Yes.
if you're on the shit list, they will come after you.
I don't even mind being on the shit list. It's just the constant badgering of doubting or questioning everything I say. And if you use the wrong word, forget it. You know what I mean? Like, well, what do you mean? Like, that couldn't be true because if it's just, it got too much. I cut it short. I've never done that. I've never really
Wow.
lost my shit. So I thought to myself for a second, like, am I too accessible to these people? Like, maybe I need to put some distance between myself and, the readers, because when it's starting to affect me mentally and my
it's really interesting. Actually.
productivity,
Right.
I need to think about that because it's not fair to everyone else who is normal about the information I provide.
You know what's really interesting about what you're saying, and it resonates for me as a reality person. It's like you're almost not real to them. First of all, you are also anonymous, so
Right.
that makes it feel like they can just say whatever they want to you because they don't see you.
Exactly.
That's number one. But as a reality TV person, people feel so connected, and so we bring everybody in our homes and in our lives and in our relationships and in our families, and so they feel like they can talk to us like they can talk to their friends, which is the beauty and the curse, because sometimes they're talking to us terribly and saying horrible things that I don't think they would ever say to a Taylor Swift who has that
Or say to your
barrier.
face.
Or say to
your
our
face,
face,
yeah.
right? So it's all through social media. It's some things have been so awful. Like one person said such a disgusting thing that I even posted it, and then they immediately deactivated their Instagram because people went off on this person. It was, I was so glad that people went off on her, or whoever. But the point is, for you, it must be even extra because you want to connect with everybody, but you're anonymous, so they feel that same sort of familiarity. Why can't I say this word? Familiarity?
There you
Yeah.
go.
There we go. By the way, I have to say this every time. I have such baby brain. I am in a fucking fog. I can't even think of names. I'm half stupid right now. But anyway, I just feel like that must be really difficult to navigate for you.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it. It is, and like you said, it is a blessing because there are people you connect with
Right.
who are so amazing,
Who support you.
and are so nice. And I've had people say the nicest things that anyone has ever said to me in my life through my account, and then there's the bad things and
The flip side.
Yeah, the flip side. But I don't let the negative comments affect me. I let them roll off my back. It's the badgering I can't take. And like I said, like feeling like I'm on a witness stand and people are just pounding the questions like I'm, they're not believing what I'm saying. It's like don't be here. Don't be
Right.
part of the community if
Right.
you're gonna constantly doubt what is reported.
Right.
Go read Daily Mail. Go read TMZ.
Right,
There's a
which-
million other. There are a
You
million.
really can't rely on that.
Well,
that's for
there's
sure.
a million other outlets that you can get information from.
Right.
If you don't want information from my outlet, where I am completely honest with my community about the or as honest as I can be, because
Well,
at the
you're
same
relaying
time,
information.
right? But at the same time, I do have to protect sources
Right.
and leave out certain information. Like the
You're-
sighting that I'm talking about, there was certain information I left out of it to protect the person who
Right.
told me because I didn't want to get that person in trouble.
I will say
That's pretty
This
amazing.
is like a very hard line for you. How you protect your sources. I mean, you're very good about that, and I think that's probably why
You've been so successful.
people feel comfortable sharing because you don't share your sources.
No, never. But it's also why people call me a liar. It's because
Because you're not giving the proof.
I'm not, because I can't.
You can't.
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I have to take the brunt of that. And at the end of the day, I don't care. It's not important to me. But it's like I said, the badgering of it that I was last night. I was like, this is it. Like I need to figure out a way to sort of, draw a stronger
boundary.
line in the sand.
Yeah.
How do you draw that line?
I don't know. I have to figure it out. I mean,
Block?
it's not. No. Oh, I started unblocking everyone I blocked.
Really?
Yeah, I thought like let them, if they hate it so much, they don't hate it. They're like they're watch hating it. So let them give me the
Good for
view
you.
and watch hate it.
Good
I
for
know.
you.
That's what I always
And-
say to Erin. Like we get,
I had to
we
block
get mixed
some.
reactions.
Oh, are you kidding? I had thousands of people blocked.
Yeah.
I just unblocked 1,500 people
Wow.
manually.
Wow.
And there's still thousands left because I had this epiphany that I was like, let them hate watch. Give me the view. I know a lot of influencers and creators have said that, but that's really the truth.
Eyeballs are eyeballs.
I've never heard
Yeah.
that.
What do you
I don't
mean? I say
know.
this to you all the time.
I know, but I think it's like we get disgusting comments because they know
I'm
so much
sure.
about our personal lives. Like
Right.
I've gotten disgusted. I can't even repeat some of the things that I've gotten. So like those people, like I don't even want to make money off of them. You know what I mean?
I know the latest, and I don't know if you guys have talked about this on the podcast, but the way you were holding your newborn.
Oh, that didn't even bother me.
That was so wild.
It was
That was
so
ridiculous.
silly.
That was like viral.
I saw it,
It
but
was
then I read some of
wild.
the comments, and some people are like, she has 4 kids.
No,
I
so
think
many
she's
defended me. So many
fine."
people defended me.
She
And you know
knows how
what?
to
I
hold the
carry
baby.
him like that a lot, and his head is like,
I didn't even
kind
think
of
it was a big
askew.
deal.
And I knew it was going to be bad when I posted it. I was like, okay, his head kind of looks wonky. But like that's just how when you're holding him on your
You were
arm,
also doing stuff.
but he was fine. What his neck was supported. It
Right.
just was a little bit like this. Like,
Right.
But whatever. I knew that was going to go crazy, and that didn't even bother me. So many people defended me, and that made me happy.
Yeah.
Like that was sort of the cherry on top. But people were like angry followers that would bring up my dad in a gross
Oh,
way.
no.
Yeah. I mean, that is not many. Like I think it was really just one that was horrible, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
maybe
blocked.
like a couple others that fuck you blocked. Like I have nothing to. I don't want you to ever see my stuff again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that I
like that's just
understand
like
for
not
sure.
okay.
Right.
I think.
But that's how crazy people are.
Oh yeah.
I think when if you think about it with the hate watching, because content creators can get paid a lot, obviously. So if you think about it, it's like okay, that's just part of why you get paid a lot is because you have to deal with all the other bullshit. You're putting yourself out there in varying degrees, opening yourself up to public commentary, to the hate posting, to just negativity. That has a value. It's like that affects people. so you should be compensated for it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to
point.
look
Yeah,
That's a
I
good way to
never
look
thought
at
about
it.
it
I
like
mean,
that.
I'm not even talking about myself or putting myself out there and I get hate. Like, talking about other people.
Right.
Which is crazy to me, why people get mad at the things that I publish. And it's not even controversial. When you consider what the TMZs and the Daily Mails and even, like, the Radar Onlines are publishing, what I publish is, like,
I feel
child's
like
play.
I feel like you hold back a lot.
100%.
You
You,
You
hold
like
back.
don't. There's like stuff that I know
that you know that I know.
that I know that you know
Yeah.
that you have not said that
Right.
is so juicy.
Yeah.
That like is so juicy that like I just can't. But
Yeah.
like
You
I'm
better
surprised
not.
that you haven't. You know, I mean, I'm
Well,
impressed.
I'm not surprised.
I don't want to ruin anyone's life.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
you're not out, exactly. Like
and that's the point.
I think I
you're
don't
a
know
good
what
person.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're a good person.
I think that's what a lot of people. I mean, people. I don't know what people think about you if you're a good person or a
Probably
bad person,
not.
but
Well, people don't know you.
Right. Well, that's
They
what
don't
they
know
think
you.
they know
what
me.
is
but-
like what is like one thing, if there is one, that you think is the biggest misconception about Deuxmoi, about you?
Oh, that's such a good question. I've never been asked
Yeah,
that,
good question.
Abe.
Really?
Yeah. You know, I would say the silliest one is that I get paid by celebrities to post, which
Okay.
I think
You-
since we've done business together, you can attest. That
Yeah, you'd have to put the FTC thing.
Not only
which-
that, there would be a contract that I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
I would consult with you on. So you can attest that that's never happened.
That is true.
That's the big misconception, and I don't know. I don't know if people think this. I mean, I've seen comments like "get a job" or "why do you care about," why do you care about X, Y, and Z, or why do you care so much about celebrities? I think that misconception is that I care so much. I don't care at all. This is my job now.
It's a job.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you work hard.
Right. And I'm well compensated for it. And I don't think people realize that because I don't really talk about how much I make. I'm not one of those people that I know it's like a trend now for
I'm the same.
influencers.
I'm so not into. I mean, listen,
Wait,
to each their own.
what is this?
I've seen something on TikTok where influencers or one specific influencer talked about how much he made
No.
in a year.
Really?
So
Who
now
is it? I mean, it's
Brand
out there.
Flakes, his
I
name.
don't know.
He's a male influencer. I follow him. He's
What did
great.
he make?
Yeah, what do you make?
750,000 in a
not-
year.
It's not like that crazy.
That was like
I mean, that's pretty good when for.
How
that's
many
not what he
followers?
took home. That's not what he took home.
Right, because that was gross.
Yeah. He has 1.2 million on TikTok now, but that just exploded because he happened to post about a small business in Philly where he's from, and I think he hit 1 million. He was at like 700 or 800 for a while, so I'm assuming the 750 was from the
Right.
previous year when he was not even at 1 million.
Right.
So now people loved that he had said how much he makes. And
I mean, yeah,
they're
cool.
asking for that kind of
But
transparency.
I wouldn't either.
No, and I've never said it. I don't talk about money, but
But it's like that's just a different type of person. Like I'm sure you saw the Jason Tartick stuff with Brynn.
yes,
Okay.
DoorDash money is.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
She said. I mean, I
Waste
didn't
no
even. I
time.
didn't watch this. No, I mean it relates to what we're talking
Have
about.
you addressed this yet?
Never.
No.
No, only
Because it
with
just
you.
came out.
It just came
This
out.
is a Deuxmoi
It got
exclusive.
it got
right
to
here.
only with you. I'm not
Okay.
talking about it anywhere else. I refuse. I mean, people reached out to me to comment, and I
Yeah.
just said no. But because I don't want to give her that, which, by the way, I'm assuming that's the reason why she was saying all that shit, to get the buzz. I don't really know why
100%.
else you would. But she said, we have a real estate agent that hasn't sold anything in 7 years. First of all, I closed on something this summer that was over $4 million, number one. Number two, I don't talk about that because that's just not who I am. Like, I was never even the type of person that posted things like, oh, just sold or whatever. You know how real estate agents
Yes.
do that, which is smart because that's how they get more business. I'm doing real estate transactions very quietly because it's really not my main job right now. That's not at all. It's not where I'm going in my life. So when I do a real estate transaction, I don't talk about it. But like, she's sitting there talking about how much money she makes, how much she spends on DoorDash, which, by the way, there's no way she's spending $2,000 on DoorDash a week. What?
Right.
And then she's saying how much we get paid, which is like stuff we're not supposed to talk about.
I was
which
actually
is insane.
surprised by that because I know what's in the contracts.
Like,
with
it's actually
confidentiality.
contractual that we're not supposed to talk about how much we make. So, like, I think it's just that the thing is that there are two different types of people who like to flaunt and talk about the money that they make and like how much they make. Not that this influencer is flaunting. Maybe he was just trying to be transparent.
Oh, no. Yeah. He was trying to be transparent.
And talk
He's
about the
very
business,
open.
which I
Yes.
think is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I do. Like,
Yeah.
if you're doing it in that way.
Yeah.
But then there's other people who are just not comfortable talking about money like that. And I think I'm that person. It seems like you are too. Like, oh, I made this much last year or whatever.
Yeah, I don't even think my parents know how much I've made doing this. But I'm happy to give business advice if anyone who wants to start a social media account or wants to start online. I'm very happy to give advice, but I don't
start a course.
I could.
You totally could.
Do consulting.
I mean, listen, when I launched my app, I was working with a publicist, and I wanted to, because of the app, I wanted to be like in Forbes and Hardwired. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, the point is they wouldn't even consider writing an article unless I had disclosed how much money I was making.
Really?
Those business magazines, yes.
Really?
Specifically Forbes, yes. And I wouldn't do it. I didn't want that information out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I will. I've said this.
Well,
I will
it's a
say
vulnerable
it's very,
thing.
Well, and yeah, I mean, listen. I'll just say it's lucrative. That's all I'll say. I make enough money where I don't have to work 2 jobs, which I was doing in the beginning.
Right.
I don't have to do that now. And I'm making, and I've said this before, so much more money than I made at my corporate job.
Yeah, and you get to work for yourself.
Right. But it's 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
So that's the
24/7.
thing that also the unglamorous part of being an entrepreneur is that it never stops.
Right.
We don't get breaks. There's no. I had a baby a month ago. I should be home.
I can't believe you had a baby a month ago. You look fucking
I don't.
amazing.
But thank you.
Yes, you do.
I literally.
You're so annoying. You look great.
Thank you. I don't
Let's
feel
just
like
accept the
myself yet.
compliment.
Okay.
No,
okay,
I
thank
understand you might not feel
I
like
don't,
yourself,
but thank
but
you. I
you
appreciate
look
it.
amazing.
Thank you. I just never got a maternity. I never had one.
Right.
I've never been somebody in corporate America. Like, that's just not my style. I was in real estate before, but like, there's no off. It's 24/7. All
There's no
three of us
off,
here.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, think about
And
the
that's
American.
hard.
Think about the American dream. It involved to achieve big success. You have to take risks. So
Right. That's
you
the
know,
other
like,
part.
We've all taken risks that
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
pan out, and like you eat
Yep.
shit for that for a period of time. But when it does, it's not like, you know, some people are trust fund kids and they're handed stuff, fine, but that's very small, very small part of the population. People who are successful, they earn it, but you don't see in the public the struggle and like all the ups and downs and
true.
like the stress and all the
Right.
stuff that goes through it and all the behind the scenes. And so people just see the front facing thing, right? Where it's like, oh, they get paid all this money for posting. They think
Right.
that's all it is. And it's like, no, there's so much more.
There's so much more.
And-
There's so much more. There's so much more. But can we talk shit now?
Yeah.
You guys have been talking shit.
No, not really. Like I
Hold on.
want to get back to.
What do you want to get back to?
I want to get back to what Brynn said about your other.
Oh.
This
your
is going to
other-
be a losing battle for me, so just have at it.
Why?
Because you guys are just gonna, the two of you boss me around so much.
What?
What are you talking about?
I
right now?
never bossed you around.
No, but like you guys clearly want to talk shit about.
No,
No,
go.
I-
We'll sprinkle in some more business.
No, I want to tell her because I think that people think because we were friends first that everything I tell you, you tell her.
He doesn't tell me anything.
Right.
If
I'm
you
a
tell
vault.
him not to say something, he doesn't say.
I don't say don't tell Erin.
Well, why
I
don't
just
you tell me then?
Because I send him anonymous emails I get all the time about your cast members.
Why don't you tell me?
Because
Did you tell her the Jenna thing?
what was that one?
No, he didn't.
The threesome?
I don't.
Still, he doesn't even
I
fucking
don't.
know.
I don't want to bring
Wait,
that up.
is that gonna?
Why?
Is she open about that?
No, I have no idea. I get like
You're so bad.
I'll ask her, and if she
What?
wants it edited out, we'll edit it out.
no, don't you can't ask
No,
her.
but she's my friend.
Why would that be bad? You think she never had a threesome before?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh
No,
my god!
But then she
seems like
won't care.
Okay.
But I don't. You know what it is? I don't tell her a lot of stuff because I don't want to put you in a position where you have this knowledge and then it's like,
That's
if
fair.
it accidentally comes out, like it gives you plausible deniability.
Exactly.
That's
See,
fair.
He's the what? That's
fucking lawyer Abe
having
over
a
here.
lawyer for a husband.
Oh, I've
is-
learned so much from the lawyer husband.
Yeah.
Somebody
so-
said, what did they? Okay, continue.
Well, anyway, I just wanted to make that clear
Right.
because back to Brynn,
Yeah.
I know for some reason she dragged me into an interview she did last year.
Did she? Oh, with
Yes,
us.
yes.
Oh my God, that was really disgusting.
It was just
of
really
her.
shady and
Yeah.
it was uncalled for, specifically because I
Yep,
don't
not
really
cool.
ever post anything about her, and if I do, it's always pretty
Not cool.
fun and lighthearted. And you even went on my podcast and denied the fact that she's an escort. Like
Yeah,
I think I
you
like
defended her.
you defended her so big time, and then she brought that up in an interview.
By the way, my entire cast was like, "That was disgusting of her. Abe is so good to her. He's so nice." And you were pissed. You were like, "That wasn't cool. Why would she do that? Like,
It wasn't
why would
cool
she
because
drag you
people
into
were
it?"
also messaging me about it.
And
like,
then
why do I have to fucking
to
be
make it
dragged
look
into
like to make it look like you're like leaking stuff. It was it was a gross way to do it.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
is why I wanted to clear up the fact that
Yeah,
I
thank
tell him
you.
stuff that you don't
No,
ever find
not
out
at
about.
all. Not at all. I know nothing. He's got a lot of clients. He has tons of clients that have like information that I'd like to know about, like how much they made last year and
Right.
things like that he doesn't tell me. You know,
Exactly.
because I'm in the same business now, so I'm curious, but he
Right.
won't tell me.
I think it was just important for me to say that, like, to your audience, because I think it's a misconception.
Yeah, and it's just been such a disappointment. All the things that she's done to us, like at this point, because I feel like I rode for her.
You
Hard.
rode for her
Yeah,
so
I
hard
know.
last season. You were by her side
Yeah.
through everything. I felt like through all the drama.
I tried because there was a side to her that I really liked. I also love Uba, like, so it was hard for me when that whole thing went down. I was like, no, there's a clear line in the sand, and I'm on Uba's side.
Right.
Like that was obvious to me.
Well, and then I don't know if Abe told you this, but I had posted a sighting recently, like in the past 2 weeks.
He did not.
I didn't tell.
I did not.
You
Of
don't-
who?
You don't really tell her anything, huh?
We don't speak. Oh, we don't have time.
We
to
started
talk.
this podcast so that we can actually talk to each other.
True. This is when we talk
That's
most.
so funny.
It's like sad.
It was of Brynn making out with
Ah!
the guy from Outlander, Sam Hugan,
Wait.
who's like a really hot
Wait,
actor
what?
at like Chez Margot or something.
Stop this.
Yeah, I got 2 actual sightings of it. I don't know if one was an anonymous email. And there's a disclaimer to all my emails. You know, it's anonymous. I can't verify it.
Okay.
You know, please, don't believe everything you read in an email. I have a million disclaimers, but I did post it in like my little weekly email roundup.
Okay.
But I do think, and I could look this up, somebody also DM'd me who witnessed it, or maybe it was the same
She's
person.
making out in public. Who's this
So
Outlander guy? I don't know.
He's
who
like a pretty big actor.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's a very
All right, good
looking
for
So
her.
she
I love
DM'd me.
Outlander.
She's a beautiful girl.
Well, beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She DM'd me. I didn't respond, but I did see it
Ooh.
and said, "Can I please take it down?" Because she's trying to keep her
Is it-
private
is
life
it true
private.
or is it not?
She didn't say whether or
So
not it
it's
was
true.
true. She just said she was nice, but I didn't respond and I didn't take it down because she fucking had to bring me up last year.
Yeah, she should have
into
apologized
into
to
the
that for
nonsense.
that.
Like
yeah.
I don't need to be brought up in information about who I'm friends with in real
Well,
life and who I'm not.
Look what she did to Jeff.
Oh, Jeff Lewis. Well, I mean, what
Let's
did
talk
she-
about Jeff Lewis
I
for a
love
minute.
Jeff Lewis.
Okay, so you had an issue with Jeff Lewis. Can we talk about
I
this?
did. Yeah.
And can we talk about how Abe was involved?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so you basically brokered like a peace treaty between the two of them. You guys were, I mean, wait, I got a really funny question today when I was like, oh, we're going on the pod with Deuxmoi. Someone was like, how many cease and desist letters has she gotten? I thought that was the
0.
funniest.
Yeah.
Really?
No,
but didn't Jeff send one?
He was about
No.
to, I think.
Oh,
he was about to. We averted World War III.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got pretty crazy. And then he's very good. You're very good at like calmly getting people to just have a conversation.
Come together.
To come together.
See what I did there?
Which is really
Wow.
like not common for lawyers because usually they want litigation and things like that. But you're
Oh,
just
no,
not that
Abe's-
kind of You're not that kind of lawyer.
I like to avoid
You like to avoid
litigation.
it. You like to avoid everything.
But I do love when you get mad about something and then you're like, fuck that. Like, no, we're fucking doing
yeah, that happens. Yeah, I like
I
that.
love
Yeah,
that.
we're in that right now with someone, and
I love
Yeah.
it.
It's a turn on.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's a turn on for me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
not
it's like,
even
yeah,
my husband.
finally,
Yeah.
finally, Abe. This is what it took to get you there.
Oh my god! Oh, well, I won't say what the issue is, but the thing that happened recently, like, really pissed me off. With,
Oh God!
the
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got fired up about that. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
finally.
I'm still waiting for them to.
I mean, forget.
Oh no,
Let's forget
I
about
know.
it. Okay, yeah.
It was
But
like-
anyway,
Yeah, so
he brokered a deal, and now you're like best friends.
well, yeah, so you happen to know his lawyer, right? Didn't you know her
No, I met her
after?
after, like, like, because of
How'd
that.
you meet her?
Because I was.
No, but after, how'd you meet her? Just
At an event, I think,
like
right?
you were at the same place?
No, I think I
It
met
wasn't
her
because of this. You met her.
Oh, I can't remember, but yes, I met her from something, I think, professionally.
Yeah.
Prior to that. Oh my God, it'll come to me.
Right.
There was a point of connection.
So I posted something about Jeff, and it was, to me, very trivial, but he was really upset by it. Basically, it was a weekend, like a celebratory weekend. It was something like maybe like a big game, I forget, or gay pride or something.
Oh, he was at a bar.
And he was at a
Yeah, I
bar, and
remember.
somebody had witnessed him being rude to the bartender, and that was really it. And I posted it in Sunday Spotted, and he got really, really, really pissed about it. Also denied it ever happened. Meanwhile, the person who submitted it kind of doubled down that it did, and he's saying it didn't. So it's like, I
So
didn't know who
with
to
Jeff,
believe.
it's tricky because he can seem like he's being rude, but he's not. Do you know what I mean?
No, he was really fucking pissed.
He
Like
was
he went
pissed.
on and he went on his radio show and like said mean things about
wow.
me.
Okay.
I listened.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I listened to those comments, and they were pretty mean.
Well, he can go in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
he went in.
I actually can understand when people think you're rude, but you're not rude, but that's just your vibe. But and then something like that, where it's like it goes to your character. Like, I can understand, but
Yeah.
the reaction was like, "Oh my God, dude."
I don't know why it rubs him the wrong way. Maybe it's a point of contention.
Yeah, because
for
it's a
him.
stereotype about him.
Yeah, I guess. But, well, that's what I said to him. Because we
Yeah.
ended up DMing and making a joke of it. And
Well,
then,
he loves you now.
well, and then we met
Loves
and
you.
made friends. But I said to him, I was like, Jeff, you were on a reality show for like 10 years being
Being
an
a dick to
asshole.
people.
Like, why are you so mad
Legit,
about this?
yeah.
But I understand, you never know personally what is going to
Right.
affect someone.
Right.
So obviously we met. He came on my podcast, and he was such a lovely human being.
Oh, he's the best.
He's the best.
Once
I
you
think-
get him,
Yeah.
you you can't not love him.
No, I don't. I mean, I almost think that it's like part of his persona.
Yeah.
Obvious. Like a big part though. Like I don't think that's how he is at all. He was so nice,
So
so
nice.
warm, so nice to come to
He
my
really is
hotel
sweet,
and
yeah.
do this in person. And we had a great time, and it was a great episode. And fans of his who listened to the episode had said, gave me feedback and was like, that was such a great interview with Jeff. Like he opened up and blah, blah, blah. So it was a really great experience. And I'm glad that we made up because
So happy.
I'm not out to like get
Right.
anyone. Like even with Brynn, like I, would never post anything that would lead into any of the rumors that are out there about her. I thought that this particular one was interesting because my audience are huge Outlander fans. That's the show that this
I'm a
Never
big
watched
Outlander
it.
fan.
Never saw
Really?
it.
I started watching it, and you fell asleep, so then I just continued
so
watching
you know
it.
who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's also
Sassenach.
he's also on Raya. He's been on Raya, so I don't know if she's on Raya.
I think she is.
So maybe that's how they met. And
I don't know if she is. I have no fucking idea. What
she never
does.
said whether the sighting was true or not, but for her wanting to take it down and saying she's trying to keep her private life private,
That
to
means
me,
she did it. So
that
she
means it was
confirmed
true.
it.
But then I was like, in my head, I'm like, go girl, you
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
Like,
if
you
that
should
came
be-
out about me in the situation, be like, it's a flex.
Yeah, like
Good for
to
her.
me, I was like, this is a flex, but maybe she's dating multiple people and didn't want
Right.
someone else to see that. That happens a lot
Right.
sometimes when I post things about
Right.
somebody with somebody. But my point being,
Also,
like,
don't make out in public if you don't want anyone to know.
I mean, maybe I think it was at Chez Margot. So I don't know. I mean, isn't it like dark and private and a private club
You
there?
could
No?
see people.
Okay.
But
I
if
don't
you're
know.
not supposed
I
to take
think it was
photos.
there. No, there weren't photos. It was
Oh,
just
right,
a
right.
sighting.
You take photos. You can't use flash.
Oh,
I think that's their thing.
I don't know.
I've taken photos there.
You just reminded me of a really funny one you sent me, which you knew was bullshit. But
Oh yeah,
I
this was
think I showed
recent.
it. Yeah, I think
Did
I
you
showed
tell
it.
her about that?
I did.
Yeah,
Jesus.
the swingers thing.
Yes.
That
No,
was
well,
great.
no, not the swingers thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it
The,
was a swingers thing.
No, it was. I'm in the Hamptons.
Oh, there was two things
was
recently
Passover.
about you. Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, that.
Okay, so
TikTok.
tell the
You didn't
first
tell
one.
me about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I showed it to you. We're at my mom's.
You guys were a
Eddie's.
blind item on Crazy Days and Nights, which is like a huge blind item website.
I didn't know that.
And I sent it to Abe because there are creators on TikTok who will read the blind items and read the reveals. And one of them was about you guys being swingers.
Video proof.
So where is it? I'd love to
That's why I
see.
posted that.
I
golf
sent him the video. Yeah.
It's like, but so then we know now that people lie.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
Well, but this
that
one,
sucks.
the one that she said, the other one she sent me, like, no, you didn't reveal the source, obviously, just the text of what it was.
Yeah, I cut
I'm
out
in the
who it was
Hamptons.
from.
It was Passover, and it was like, just saw Abe Leachy at a bar taking shots with the bartender, not wearing a wedding ring
At 2 p.m.
At 2 p.m.
Oh, that I saw too. Yeah, like we were out east.
I know.
So, but why do people like that? Makes it so lame.
Well, that could have been just like maybe there was someone who looked like you.
Yeah,
it
that's
was in
what I'm
Tribeca.
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
And I
Yeah,
had
maybe.
I had told our mutual friend, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
talking
know what you're
about?
talking about.
I was like, oh my God. And he was like, what would Abe be doing in Tribeca? And I was like, well, they used to live in Tribeca. Like, I didn't know for a
also,
second. Before
Abe
I
would
sent it to
never
you.
go to a bar. At
Well,
2 p.m.
I knew
like
that.
literally, I have to drag him out of the office and get home.
No, I knew
But
that
I
in the
would
back of
sit
my
with
mind.
the bartender without a wedding ring, taking shots.
You used to not wear your wedding ring.
That's true.
I wouldn't think that was a weird part of it, but like just sitting at the bar at 2 p.m.
That's-
I'd be like,
that's
okay,
what
that's
gave
not
it
him.
away.
But the swingers video,
That was totally made up, but the sighting, I will say, the person probably just thought that it was you.
That's probably what it was.
And I said to them, "Are you sure?" And like, I didn't say to the person. Not everyone knows we're friends, so sometimes
Right.
I play it off.
Right.
I'm like, "Are you sure?" Okay, thanks. You know, but in the back of my mind, I was like, "This. She must have just misidentified him. Why would somebody plant that?
right.
Does somebody have it out for
I'm not that
your
important
marriage that
for,
they would want to? It was just a regular person
Yeah.
sending in the site,
right.
You
Yeah,
know?
maybe they just thought that was him.
Right, but
Yeah,
the
yeah.
swingers thing, so Crazy Days and Nights is a notorious blind item website that a lot of people read. It's been around for years.
Okay.
There are creators who take the blind items and just read them on their accounts, and I saw it and sent it to him, but I was like, you know, you made it when you're on a Crazy Days and Nights blind item.
Oh, I didn't realize it was like that big.
Yeah.
Until
I
just
mean,
now.
Yeah.
So basically, they're saying that there's video proof that we slept with another couple.
What did it say exactly? I mean, I could find it
Right?
probably because
I think
that's
that's
what
what it
swingers
implies. Yeah.
it was a video.
Um,
Somebody literally.
I wish we were that cool.
Here, it's this.
Maybe one day
Wait,
we'll
let
get
me
there.
just play it.
So you are coming around to the concept.
No, that you know you don't want to do that either. You want to see a guy have sex with me?
Hold on.
No.
Wait.
Erin Leachy from the
It could be
Real
two
Housewives of
women.
New York
Wait,
City
let's
has been
listen.
accused of being a swinger with her husband.
We
This
By the
new
way, why
blind
does it have to
item
be
alleges
accused?
that someone has video proof, so she can no longer deny it. Everything in this video is alleged, not confirmation of
You
validity
can't deny it,
allegations.
Erin.
This swinging East Coast housewife should be careful because someone is bragging they have video.
I'll
Again,
show
this
it.
allegedly Erin
Please.
Leachy from the Real Housewives of New York.
It's so.
go for
Wow.
it. Whoever has it, let's see it because it won't be me in
You
it.
can't lie anymore.
Can't lie. I
This
know. I can't
all-
lie. They've got video proof. Like
This
I'd
all
love to see it.
stemmed like you were so pissed that I did this back
So
in the first
annoying.
season because I made a joke about it wasn't even a joke, just
That's
like a
probably
theoretical
where-
thing, and it
Of
just
course,
blew
he has to
up
make
to
made-up
this.
stupid jokes.
I make stupid jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Lots of stupid jokes.
Yeah, so I thought that was really funny.
Okay, I wanted to talk
Yes.
to you because this is in part a relationship show. Sex life and
Mm-hmm.
anonymity, like, how does it work? How do you
Yeah.
how do you deal with that?
How do you date and be
like,
anonymous?
What's that
I
like?
Don't. I don't even think we've talked about like my personal life ever, Abe. Have we? Oh, we have.
Really?
I don't remember. Do we?
Abe seems to remember.
I know, seriously. So I haven't. This is all in my book, Anon, please.
Which, by the way, I don't read that genre, but I read.
Oh,
I
so
read,
that's maybe why you know this because it's in the book.
no. But then
Oh.
there was some recent stuff.
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
now I want to know.
No, it's nothing. That person.
It's like a stupid person.
Yeah,
we
it
don't
was like
wanna-
it was like a crush, but somebody I met through in the past 5 years, the only people that I've had any sort of like sexual relationship has been I've met them through the account.
No.
So I don't really have to explain anything.
Wait, that's so interesting.
Yeah. So
How do you get from meeting on the account to going on a date?
well, okay, so the first person had reached out to me, and this is the person that's like plays the love interest in my book, which is fiction but based on true life. He reached out to me very early on, like in 2020, and said, let's work together. Like, he saw what I was posting, saw that I had like some viable information. He's in the business.
Okay.
And said, let's work together. So we started DMing, and then one day I was like, can we take this to text? It's just so much easier.
Right.
But it was all still strictly business. And then as we were texting, I told our mutual friend, I was like, I am starting to have a crush on this guy. Like, I don't know what it. I'd never
Just
seen
based
him.
on the texting?
Yes. I'd never seen him.
This is fascinating. I
I'd
love
never,
This is
it.
fascinating.
I'd never
I love
seen
it.
him. Maybe we talked on the phone once, but I still had. No, we talked on the phone. Sorry, and then we're texting more, and it was just like text chemistry.
Wow.
And then one day I had posted something about Joshua Jackson.
Okay. Hot.
And it was hot. It was like how somebody had hooked up with him years ago after a Golden Globes party, and they had sex on the stairs of his house.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was like one of the hottest, because the girl who submitted it like went into a little bit of detail. So it was one of the hottest DMs I've ever received. I posted it several times since. And I posted it for the first time, and he texted me, and he was like, wow, that story you just posted. And I'm like, really hot, right? And he was like, yeah, it was hot. So like,
Did you post it? Can I ask you, did you post this with this guy in mind?
No,
like, to get a
no.
reaction?
I was just like going about
You were
my
just like, this
daily.
is a great.
Yeah, I was like, this is a
good
great
one.
story.
Yeah.
So then very gradually, like, the texts started becoming flirtier and flirtier.
Okay.
And then I sort of like asked him about his personal life, and if he was single, because I had no idea like anything about him. And then one day he texted me and he was like, I had a dream about you last night.
What? And you guys don't even know what each other look.
No.
This is like the
It's
TV
hot.
show.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
It is hot.
It's hot.
It was in the book. Yeah. He's like, I had a dream about you last night. And then that just started it. And then we
And then
winded
how'd
up
you
like
meet?
we winded up sexting for like 4 hours that day. And then months later, he came to New York City.
Was he
and
what you expected?
No, not at all.
Were you attracted?
And, like, not. I was like drunk and high when he came over because I was so nervous. I was so nervous
Of
at
course.
first. And he was in town for business, and he was with a celebrity
Okay.
in town, and somebody had sent me a picture of this celebrity walking into a restaurant, and he was in the picture.
So you got to see
No.
him before.
Yep.
That's good though.
In the picture, yeah.
To prepare.
I think he actually had sent me like one picture prior, so I kind of knew what he looked like.
Was it of his face or something else?
Both. Both. So then he comes over, I'm drunk and high, we talk for like hours, and then all of a sudden he like kissed me, and then that was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That.
hot.
But no follow up after that.
No, then like this was like then we
But
like
then you dated.
we never like really dated because he lives in LA.
Okay.
And
That's tough.
then it got like a little bit of complicated, but we would hook up like sporadically over the past like 4
Wow.
years.
That is fucking cool.
Yeah, but it never turned into a relationship, but it was just so easy because he knew what I did. I could talk to him about
Yeah,
like
and he was
work.
in the field.
He was in
Right.
the field.
That's awesome.
Like, I didn't have to hide anything from him. I didn't have to explain anything. He understood it.
Did you have him sign an NDA?
No.
You just trust him.
I trusted him, yeah. And he was just like, he was like an advisor to me in the beginning. Like, he was like, okay, you need to do like X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Like, right away when he saw that I was like starting this into a business. And we just became like really good friends with like a sexual
Do you still
relationship.
talk?
Yeah, I just saw him in
Oh.
like the beginning of the year. But
You guys hook up?
yeah, in the beginning of the year, yeah.
Well, you could. I mean, not saying that you would do this, but you could potentially live anywhere, can't you?
yeah, but I wouldn't live in LA. I
me
like
neither.
it, but it's just
Not-
like,
not
my
for
vibe.
me.
I do
I'm
not.
East
Not for
Coast
living.
Yeah.
all the way.
Not
Yeah,
for living. I don't know where else I'd live. Maybe like Barcelona.
No, Barcelona is dope.
I had a love interest there.
Uh,
Pre Abe.
oh.
We actually almost
A
had
celeb.
we almost
Really?
had
I had 2 celebs.
Who?
we don't need to name them because that's going to become the thing. So
Well,
please-
no, are
please
you
don't.
kidding? You're not going to name them? Or make it
I
blind
would,
item?
but not if Abe doesn't want to.
Because I don't want that to become like the snippet and the headline thing. Like, you
It
know.
would help our podcast.
Wait,
No,
are
I'm
you
not
You
kidding?
can
interested
edit
in
this
that.
part out.
I'm interested in it.
We could tell you offline.
No, can you look? He's getting really jealous. You're getting
No,
like,
it's not.
I'm
ju-
shocked.
I let you meet him.
He let.
after
So
we were
this is
dating.
how I
That's
knew
not a
Abe was the
jealousy
one.
thing.
Can I tell you the story?
Yeah.
I was still kind of talking to that guy, but Abe and I had met. Are you okay with this story?
No, yeah, just don't say the name. I don't trust the media, and things.
Why
become,
you think that they're gonna turn it into like Erin is
Had an
hooking up with
affair?
him now?
Yeah.
Like,
No, but that becomes like the headline. I don't need that stuff out in the ether.
wow, I can't believe you're so protective over
Same.
this. Usually you're like so
I don't mind the
easygoing.
story.
Wait,
Like, I
just
don't
say
care
that.
about
Was he an actor?
fine. No, he's a basketball player. Can I say that?
Oh.
Yeah, the story. Like, I don't care about the
Athlete.
story.
Can
at
I
all.
talk about the other guy that I hooked up with? Like that was a random hookup before him. That's married to the famous celeb now and got divorced.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
So Barcelona was like my time. I was studying abroad.
Uh-huh.
And before I met the basketball player that I kind of like fell for until I met Abe. But Abe played the game so well that he like reverse psychologed me,
This
which
is
I'll
very
tell you the story.
Gina.
But before I met this guy, the guy that I really actually had feelings for, I was at a club in Barcelona, hooked up with Gerard Piqué.
Oh, get
And
out.
Who's he?
He's a soccer player.
Oh yeah.
He was married to Shakira. I don't know if they're still married.
No, they are not.
He did something
I think
bad,
it's it.
right?
He did something bad with like the IRS, or maybe she did too. I feel like there was like an IRS thing or
Oh,
whatever
wow.
the equivalent of that is in Spain.
Oh, I don't
Something
know.
happened with.
IRS. No.
Clearly, I like Spanish people.
True.
The
Wait, so
Latins.
did you do like a semester abroad in
Yeah.
Barcelona? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But when I met this basketball player, that's when I really. So anyway, we were always talking. He didn't live in New York, obviously. I left and whatever. We had like this European fling. And
I
when
don't care about that.
And when I met Abe, we were kind of getting serious, but like still we weren't exclusive or anything. And then he was in New York and he wrote to me and he was like, "Can we go out to dinner?" And I was like, "I don't know, And then I talked to he was like, "Oh, it's fine. It won't just be us if you're uncomfortable with that." And I was like, "Okay, well then I want to bring my girlfriends." And he was like, "Fine." And so it was the first time I think I'd been so honest with a guy, but I knew that like if I wasn't honest with him, I would ruin it. So I was like, it's worth a shot, like to just be honest. So I told Abe at the time, I was like, there's this guy that I was dating. I was studying abroad and I was dating this guy, and he is like, he's a basketball player, and I just want to tell you that he's invited me to dinner, and it's not just me and him, but like I would like to see him. I haven't seen him in a long time, but it's not sexual. I didn't know what it was going to be. And I was like, it's going to be, my girlfriends are coming. He knows my girlfriend Zito and like, the girls that I studied abroad with. And he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. Just
Wait,
go.
how long were you guys dating for at this point?
A few months.
Like a month or two.
Okay, all right.
But
Well,
he
that
was
so
like-
nice that you even asked him after a month.
But we were like,
No, well, like
Serious?
we
we were like getting serious.
serious. The
So he's
second
like,
we met.
he's like, don't worry. I'm just going to chill. I'll just like chill at your apartment and come by after. But he was so relaxed about it and not jealous. But you get jealous. It's not like you're a non-jealous
Not
person.
perfect,
But he
but,
hid it. He hid it because he knew that if he put me on a leash or any sort of boundary with me, I'd be like, no, I'm not dating. I'm fuck you. Like, bye. Like if he told me no, I'd be like, we're not.
Oh yeah. I get that.
And he just knew. So he like
Smart.
reverse psychology.
Now look at you guys, 4 kids
4
later.
kids later.
Are you guys done having kids?
Absolutely. Unless he'd like to carry.
I don't know. He just looked at you like
I'm not carrying
there
another
might be a
child.
number 5.
No, there's no way.
Jedis don't speak in absolutes.
Whoa.
No, we're not
I
planning on
literally
it, but
married the biggest nerd.
I mean, I'm not getting a vasectomy.
Because this is the conversation I'd like him to.
Oh, you won't do it.
He won't do
Oh
it.
my God.
You want to have another kid?
I don't not want to have another kid. I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
What are you saying right now? We're not having more kids.
how did we start talking about this?
Because I said 4 kids
No, no.
later.
I know.
I just love how much you love having kids.
I love it.
You are a true Mr. Mom.
I know. You always call me
Because
Mr.
the
Mom.
world needs to know. Look, she's making a face.
He's not Mr. Mom. He's helpful for sure.
See,
and he's great.
Dew appreciates me.
I know. Well,
he's just not
I mean,
Mr.
you
Mom.
love.
But he does
obviously,
love a big family.
right?
Yes.
But everyone loves their kids, but you love having your kids.
I
like you
do.
could tell.
Yeah,
I
he
do.
does. Yeah.
You never complain.
No, that's not true.
Maybe just not to you.
No, I never hear him complain.
Well, usually when you call and like,
I mean, there's always kids in the background
I have
talking.
I have to warn her because I'm like, the kids are in the car because it's like.
And then
"Oh,
I'm
fuck
like,
this,"
yeah. I know. Because you're always driving them somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you have to give me that note. Like
Did
the
you
Uber
guys have to
driver.
get a bigger
Yeah.
car?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did.
So you got rid of your car or you still have it?
got rid of it.
So would you get 3 rows?
We sold our Tesla, thank God, before they started burning them in the streets.
Right.
Literally, a week later, they're like on fire. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah,
Did you guys get like an SUV with 3 rows?
yeah.
We got. Yeah, do you care if I say what we got? I don't know. You're so personal.
You don't understand why I wouldn't want to have like a soundbite like that.
No, not who cares.
Well, you just got a big car with 3 rows.
Yeah, no, that I don't care about. But I'm
No,
talking
I
about
meant-
the basketball
I meant the
player
guy.
thing.
Because I was like, you're so personal.
Like I don't care about. I don't care about you
Can you
talking
say what
about.
team he played for?
Then you're gonna know because there's only one Catalonian.
Oh, okay.
No, she
I
just-
think now people are definitely going to be
I
able to
said
guess.
Barcelona.
What's that?
I think now people are going to definitely be able to guess if you leave that in. The people are fucking detectives.
Yeah, people know.
People are detectives.
No one knows. There are no pictures. It was before Instagram.
Those were the days.
Barcelona was
Those
like.
were the days.
I know.
I wish I could tell you this story because it's fucking funny with that girl Christine that I was away with. I never slept with him because I'm a good. It's not true. I
Wait,
slept
you
with-
never slept with the guy you were in love with?
I never. I was like quasi in love with him, but I never slept
The
with him.
basketball player?
We did other things. I wouldn't.
Oh, then you had nothing to worry about.
See,
I don't
Did
have
you know that?
anything- Yeah, I don't. I
not
just.
my
saying
friend
then, I'm
slept with
saying
his
now.
brother, but I didn't sleep with him.
You're like a good.
I'm really
Jewish
not.
girl.
I'm really not. But I wouldn't just. I didn't want to just like give it away. And also, he is very intimidating. His size,
How tall?
like over I don't know 7 feet or something. Yeah, like I don't know if I wanted to like do that
Wow.
to my body. Like I don't know what would have happened.
Right, no,
would I
no,
have
no, no.
broken?
But sometimes the proportion isn't always there
Maybe.
with tall guys.
Maybe.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
You're not short. You're
Yeah,
6'1".
no, you're not. You're
I'm
not
not
short.
talking about me.
I know, but I'm saying, right? Okay. Everyone knows about your dick now, so that's fine.
I know.
Yeah, I called you. I'm like,
You were in a little bit of a panic. I feel like.
Yeah, he was panicked.
Yeah, and I was like,
panic.
well, that it was like coming out and like what people were gonna
Yeah.
say, and I don't think it was bad at all.
No.
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 Also, like
I
I
just
wasn't
don't
letting.
trust-
I
I
get
wasn't
it.
letting
You
the
know.
cameras see anything. It was just like a
Did
girl
you show the
thing.
producers?
No, I wouldn't let any. They were like trying to like get around, but I was like, no. I'm literally showing my girlfriends like for fun.
Right.
I got a lot of shit for that.
You did.
Yeah. Like, how would you feel if he showed your vagina? I'm like, there's a double standard, and that just exists. Okay?
Right.
Because if he showed my vagina to anybody, I would divorce him.
Right.
It just
Also,
is
it's a
what
weird,
it is.
Be weird to have it.
A
Like,
picture of
people
a
have dick
vagina?
pics.
You said
Pics.
you get dick pics.
Yeah, I have.
You do?
Yeah, not
Yeah,
anymore.
so I'm like, do people send dick pics? And you're
Oh
like,
yeah,
I get 'em- I used to get 'em
100%.
all the
What?
I
time.
used to get. Oh yeah, I've gotten so many dick pics. Yeah, yeah, tons. Yeah.
Funny.
It's got to have like a thing on the website like do dicks or something.
No, that's
That
People
could be a
could
part of
submit
your
their,
house.
but
dick
people
pics.
do have told me about like celebrity dicks, like who has a big dick and who
Ooh, tell us.
like doesn't. I'm
Let's
trying
talk
to
about that.
think like Ben Affleck
Does not?
not packing.
I would think he would.
No,
What
that's
about-
what I'm trying to say. Height doesn't
about
always.
Leo?
Leo, I've never gotten any feedback on because he only dates models, really. So do you
I'm
know what
surprised they wouldn't. He's dated so many people. What about
Wait.
Justin Timberlake? I feel like he's got a
Justin
big dick.
Timberlake trouser snake. That
Oh,
was
I
like
could see
his.
that.
That was
Trouser snake.
yeah. That was like his.
Quite the,
that was
Trouser
his,
snake.
Yeah, that was his nickname.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who else. Oh, gosh, I don't know. I used to post them all the time. People would get offended. And I'm like, why? Women's bodies have been objectified for
Yes.
years. Let's objectify
Yes.
some men's bodies.
Love that.
Whoa.
I
Yeah.
agree. No,
I
I'm
do
with
it all
you.
the time. Now I'm like, I
with
don't
you.
care.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
I
Like,
know.
People break down a woman's body constantly.
Break
That's true.
down
Constantly.
from head to
we could
toe.
talk about your small little dick.
Exactly. That's exactly how I felt, and that's exactly what I would say when
Love
people would like give me shit about it.
I love that.
But yeah, so then, and most recently I was doing a segment on kissers. Like if you've kissed a celebrity, like rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. People were just rating them, but which is so innocent. I think cute. There's
That
like
is
nothing
cute.
wrong with that. But yeah, people definitely have sent in their sexual encounters with celebrities.
Let me
over
ask
the
you
years.
something else, kind of tied to relationships and celebrities. This whole idea of, I guess, like PR relationships, I think that's
Yes.
what they call it. Do you think that, at least for like Hollywood celebrities, that the A-list celebrity level, do you think that that happens a lot? Or do people over-assume that these celebrities are in relationships just for PR purposes?
I think they overly assume, and they also use that excuse if they don't like a celebrity couple. It's just PR. Like everyone would say that about Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner at first. Like it's just PR. It's just PR.
No,
they don't
they're-
even understand what that means. The people that are saying it, that they don't understand what that means. It's just PR. I think that celebrities get together to amplify their star power 100%, but that doesn't mean they don't genuinely like each other.
I know when it's fake.
When
I mean, I don't know if this is still as common, but I have proof on a couple people when the guy is homosexual.
right.
and he
Beards.
needs
That's a
beard.
beard.
But
Yeah.
like they're getting married and having kids. Like it goes far.
Oh, it goes far for
Yeah,
sure.
It goes far.
for sure.
But that's really the only time I think. I don't know about this world.
I think that people, like I said, listen, if somebody if a publicist approached me and said, do you want to like date a celebrity and like have it in the headlines and like get more, traffic to, all of your things because now you're in the headlines, I'd say yes. For celebrity, fake date a celebrity, 100%. 100%.
Right. Yeah, so that does make sense when you put it like that.
Yeah.
Like if somebody approached you
Why
like
not?
that.
If they were
Right.
like, let's, put you together with this celebrity, it's
Right.
going to be everywhere. It'll be all over. It's just more
So
exposure.
so they're not even like hooking up or going to dinner?
No,
or,
I
like-
think some are,
you
and
may
like
as well hook
some
up.
aren't. I think
Got
some
it.
generally like each other and some don't. And like I said, I don't think it's like a contract. I think that like, if there's certain celebrities that share the same publicist or share the same management company, and they'll say
Interesting.
like,
I
why
would
don't
never think about
why don't you
that.
go out with such and such?
Right.
So I do think that has happened because that's happened since the dawn of Hollywood. That's happened for
Right.
decades.
That does make sense when
So-
you explain it that way. It makes so much
right,
sense.
but I don't think that there's all these contracts that
Right.
people think that there are. This isn't like 1950s Hollywood. Like, I don't think there are contracts, and I don't think that a lot of the couples that people say, like, why would Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner be dating for publicity? Neither need that kind of
Yeah,
publicity.
you're right.
They could date whoever, and still
Yeah.
get a lot of publicity.
Right.
I think it happens more for like the C and D list celebrities. You know what I mean?
Which do you have an example? Do you
I
know
mean-
of
Yeah, I
any?
think we
I
have
don't
to-
really like know of
wrap.
any.
We have to wrap. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I don't really know of any, to be honest. I
Because
don't.
you would know, I feel like. If
Well,
they're-
I mean, I do sometimes hear about certain random celebrities, and I always think, like, how did they meet?
right.
A lot of them meet at events or Raya. Sometimes people will meet people through Raya. So I don't know how often it happens, but I definitely do think it happens. It's just not as contractual as people think it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fascinating world.
Ugh,
It really
so
is. I
fascinating.
feel like we could talk for like another 2 hours.
I
yeah,
know.
We should have booked 2 hours.
Maybe we could do a part two.
Yeah,
two.
part two.
I'm never gonna stop with the.
We
do.
gotta
I
do
love
a
it.
part
I love
two.
the
We should do a
puns.
part two.
I love the puns so much.
I
I
tell
mean,
you.
did I spill and we spill enough? Like
I
I,
don't
know
know.
you guys talk about like this is like a relationship.
You know the funny thing
podcast.
is, I wasn't even intending for this to be like a spilling.
Oh really? I
No,
feel like
Abe
people.
wanted it to be business, and I'm like, no.
Well, yeah, like the business of influencing. That was my whole concept.
Yeah,
but,
No,
which
I
is
like talking
great.
about that too, but
this was fun. It was a lot
But
of
I
fun.
feel like people want
I know.
dirt. 100%.
Also, I want dirt. Is there anything you can spell?
No, I mean
Anything new.
we were talking a little bit about Housewives stuff before. We were talking about Housewives of Chicago, which I had already said on my podcast I heard was film or casting or filming. I've also talked about Housewives of Rhode Island.
I've never heard of that.
Can you guys say I showed you guys the proof that
I did see proof. I
know, but people
can't-
just think that like I
No.
made it up. Like
No,
I
no,
didn't
no,
make it up.
Definitely not.
No,
made
you
up.
got it from like a credible source, and
Right.
it looks like a very real thing. It's just surprising to me.
Right, and then there's somebody from another cast who's supposedly going on the show.
Yes,
you
I
guys
did
saw
see-
that
yes,
with your
I did.
own eyes.
I did see,
just
yes.
need the
Now we're
backup.
implicated.
Absolutely.
Oh no, is this?
But
gonna
it's
be
true.
an issue?
It's just the
No,
truth.
No, I mean,
know,
it's that.
I know.
Oh really? Like you guys will be like,
Down
okay.
this rabbit
Anyway,
hole.
so the rumor with your show is, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
what
think
is
I've
the rumor? I don't
that
know.
Lindsay might be joining New York. That's it. I mean, people are like really hoping that happens. So I know she would be your friend, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we could talk about it.
Okay,
like
no,
I
I'm not
can't say
asking you to
public
talk
forum.
about
I
it. I'm
can't
just
say
saying
anything,
I
but-
like
Oh,
the
yeah.
idea.
I kind of do too.
And I think that it would be
Interesting.
so fucking good because she would bring it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But
I know, no, I'm not
I don't
looking.
know.
I'm just
I
talking
know.
about like what we've heard, and then nothing with Beverly Hills yet, and I think that's it. Oh, DC. I heard about one more franchise, and I can't think of the city, but I feel like they're always working on new cities, probably. And Seattle, I think was the other one.
oh, really?
Housewives of Seattle, yeah.
Have you heard any good like juicy tea about any housewives? Because I would know nothing.
I think we like there are people waiting.
Okay.
Just
Well,
Not really,
last
no.
question.
Okay, yes.
Well, that was it.
Oh, have I heard any juicy tea? No, just everything I just said about the new franchises and like who
But like
would be
not
going
about
where.
anyone specifically.
No, like nothing about like anything that anyone's doing or did, except for you guys swinging. That was the literal last piece of information.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
received, and
having
I
babies and on my off time swinging and
Yeah.
you know,
and I
going
sent
to
it right
private
to
club.
Abe. That's it. And the Brynn sighting, which I thought like,
I think it's
you
great.
go girl.
Yeah.
Like, sorry I didn't take it down, but just don't bring my name up in fucking Bravo interviews.
That wasn't nice.
Unless I am involved in like, you know, posting something. I get asked by Bravo producers all the time, like, can we include an email you posted, or can we include this post? And I have to sign a waiver. So if I like am involved and put
Yeah, I
myself in
agree
the
with
middle,
you.
I have no problem people
Right.
talking about it.
No, you're right.
But I had nothing to do with your
And it
show.
wasn't cool to do to us.
No.
Like it just wasn't a nice thing to do.
I agree. So
that
that's
whole
why
and then the whole interview with Jason was so.
it just wasn't fair.
It was
she
just-
totally minimized everyone else.
I mean,
in that
then she
interview.
started trying to like love bomb me and saying if she were to be anyone, she'd switch places with me, and she
Oh, I
loves
didn't
me,
see that
and she
part.
loves Abe, and you know, but it was just like so incongruous to what she was saying before and so
Right.
confusing. And then she's like shit talking all of our professions, but she's saying that she has the luxury now of not doing a 9 to 5. She started saying that because then I listened after I saw all these headlines. She started saying how she has the luxury of now consulting, and because she doesn't have to sit behind a desk. But then later on, she's saying she's the only one that does a 9 to 5. So it's like she's lying within.
Well, that's
her
what I'm
own
saying.
story.
Does it
we have,
even?
we have to wrap.
I think she
Okay.
just
I hear
word
them
vomit.
outside.
All right,
Okay.
we're gonna do part 2 because
Oh,
this
part
was
2.
so
Okay.
fun.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. It was great
Thanks
seeing
for
you.
joining us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anything for you guys.
Thanks for
And,
coming together.
Yeah, we came together, dude. We finally came together. This is the swinging,
Thank
the three of
you.
us
Oh, God.
coming together.
Okay.
No, thanks for coming,
Okay,
and
of course.
and we'll do a part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.